track fans of the Running Network. This is Paul McMullen and
Larry Eder.
And we had a fantastic day 4. We had diving, we had amazing moves, and we had very, very exciting finishes, some of them big surprises, and we can't wait to recap this right here. This is the finish of the men's 800 last night. And if you look close, you got muscles a flexing, you got mouths a open, and you got people diving. It was
rock stars.
You got rock stars. Yep, great story. So Larry, the story of the men's 800. First off, our winner, Nick Symmonds, 144.01. What does this mean going forward to the Olympics?
I think he's a serious medal contender. It's a Borkowski move. I mean, with 200 to go, he just made one brilliant move, and he took the race over. And Nick Symmonds, I think, our friend Mr. Weeding, I think what Mr. Weeding was told was to follow Symmonds around anywhere on the track, and he did. And, man, when he came down that final stretch, I couldn't believe how loud the crowd was.
Oh.
It was deafening, absolutely deafening. And Symmonds, at 2 this morning, I was asking him, what did he think? He said, I had no clue what was going on behind me. You know,
Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. The crowd was a big part of it. The move was... I asked him in a press conference. Nick Symmonds said it was a hockey move. And the only way I can describe what a hockey move is, he's 4 deep, he's on the rail, and he pulls forward just slightly, and there's the tiniest window that opens up. Little 5'9", abrupt little explosive stride. Nick Symmonds makes one leap, literally a leap, laterally. That means to the outside of the track, shoots through the gap. Another 3 or 4 strides. The kid's already working on the lead. By the time we're 50 meters from the home stretch, he's clear. He's clear, and he's made his team.
He makes his move from 5th or 6th and comes on the outside, and then we see the kid coming on the inside, who they call John the Baptist. He's got long hair. Christian Smith. They're now calling him Lazarus because he rose from the dead. I mean, he's coming down in that last 50, and we couldn't tell between him and Cadivas Robinson, and then. There was blood on the track, man. As you said, there's a little bit of skin on the track, too, as they went down. I could not tell at the finish who had done what. Cadivas had led, went through 24.1 and 50.33.
24.1, yeah. Flying.
It was brilliant, race, but it worked for Hazel Clark in the women's 800. It did not work for Cadivas in the men's.
Yep. Too bad. But 3 Oregon guys, the crowd absolutely embraced them, and they are all 3 rock stars at this point, no doubt about it. All right, women's 8. Hazel Clark definitely needed to take it out. She had 12 girls in the race. We're at 26.1 at 200 meters, 57.6 at 400, and after that, take it from there, Larry.
Well, I think what happened was Hazel's move worked for her. Alice Schmidt went with her. Alice had a tactical chance, I think, to go around Hazel, but she was smart and she kept all her energy, because as those 2 came down to the finish, they were hurting. And then you had Teter trying to hang on with Kamisha Bennett. Bennett went by her with about 20 meters to go, but Teter's the one making the team. Teter's got the mark. And congratulations to Nicole. She's only been training again for 40 days. And she ran a gutty race.
Yeah, she sure did. Love to see those local kids make it. All right, let's get to the 5K. Very, very exciting race as well. A lot of cheeseheads in there.
Oh my gosh.
We got a 2-time world champion in there, and we got a kid that's running with a bunch of marathoners up at altitude. So it's just turned into a great race. Let's take it from the get-go. Anything on the kid that was taking it out from Nike way out in front?
Well, I kind of felt that they were trying to help pace Adam Goucher. I mean, Vaughn led through the mile in 4:19, and then you had our friend Adam Goucher go for it. But when they hit 2 miles at 8:52, there was no chance he was going to make the standard. And Goucher went off the track after that. We hear he's going to try to come back in the 10,000, and we wish him the best. He's a great athlete and a gutty runner. And my guess he was just trying to save his energy. But the race really began there.
Yeah.
When Zielinski took off, he dropped to 58.8, and then he dropped to 58. And it was getting really interesting. But you still had Lagat, who was, doing his nails, and then Tegenkamp, who looked great. Bellotta Asmaron, oh my gosh, and then there's our friend Ian Dobson. Dobson's had 3 terrible years.
Right.
And when they came down the stretch, you had Lagat out in front, you had Tegenkamp, who got bumped a little bit with 200 to go. I mean, that was a little bit of roller derby action there.
Yeah.
And Asmaron was fighting for it, but Dobson had sprinter move with about 100 meters to go, and he was doing his, Tyson Gay, I think, a little bit, and he made the team. So congratulations to him. I mean, I feel terrible for Chris Zielinski because I think, Chris is one of my local kids, and I think he'll come back. But what Tegenkamp told us afterwards that Teague was not feeling good the entire race, and their agreement was, or what they're trying to do, is someone was going to move with 5 and someone was going to move with 2.
Yep.
And Chris made his move with 2. Teagues couldn't do it. Teagues had to really be selfish, as you said.
Yeah.
And so it's but a brilliant race.
Yeah. Yep, by far. And I think definitely Lagat's ready for the big stuff. And then I think Tegenkamp, without a stitch in his side, is ready. And Dobson's paid his dues. He deserved to be there. Yeah. Zielinski will also pay his dues. He will learn what it takes to get there. He's still a young kid, but today wasn't his day, and your heart just breaks for him, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. He's
the big guy, man. I gotta love the big guys.
No, he looks like a rugby player, but the guy can run sub 4-minute mile at the end of a 5, and it's like that. My favorite book, Once a Runner, The Miles of Trials and the Trials of Miles.
Yeah.
You got to pay your dues in distance running, and it's this great big tragedy that becomes a very positive thing at the end. And you look at Lagat. Lagat had some tough races too. He's at the top of his game. The next year and a half, you're going to see some brilliant things out of Bernard because the guy knows how to race. He's firm in cacho with more flexibility. He knows where people are the entire time. He can move anywhere he wants, and when he moves, and he can time it to the last 50 meters, and he's in there.
Yeah.
And my money's on him anytime I see him in a race.
I hear you. Consummate champion. Let's go to the Decathlon, 10 events. Saw some impressive numbers putting up, especially by Bryan Clay. 8,832 points, the biggest point total in 16 years by an American. And this could be his year. He's a silver medalist. I think it's time for a gold for him.
I think Brian's got it together, but most importantly, he believes in himself. I think the team we're taking with Trey Hardee, Trey's got it together now too, and Pappas, Tom Pappas, the big Greek, is back and healthy.
Yeah.
And, I think we've got a team that we'll see at least 2 medals if we have some luck, because there's a lot of injuries out there in the deck world. We could see 3 medals, which I don't think, actually, we haven't done since 1952 when we went 1, 2, 3. But I think that we've got that shot. Clay believes in himself, which is key. And really happy to see him put it all together.
Yeah, very cool. All right, let's finish it up with a couple other rock stars that were out there on yesterday. On Monday, LaShawn Merritt and Jeremy Wariner, both very, very poised, comfortable running. What was it again, Larry?
Oh, I think that Jeremy can do anything that he wants, but I think LaShawn, both of them are playing little games with each other, as we were observing. I thought that Jeremy looked more relaxed in his 44.6 than he did in the 46. He was jogging, and LaShawn was doing the same thing. I think they're both under 43.5. It's going to be a screamer. They've got 2 days rest, and they want to run a good race here.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd will go absolutely stark raving crazy.
Yeah.
Third place is open. Third place, there's going to be 4 guys fighting for third, which should make it very, very interesting.
Yep. Last corner, I think the whole place is going to have goosebumps. There's going to a chill is going to come over the place, and by the time they finish, it'll be hot as hell. I cannot believe how awesome this race is going to be. I'm a big fan of LaShawn Merritt. Love the kid. Just turned 20 years old, and very, very exciting runner. So let's keep an eye on that. Other than that, we want to wrap up day 4. Very, very exciting stuff here at the 2008 Olympic Trials for Track and Field. From Tracktown, USA, I'm Paul McMullen and
Larry Eder.
Thank you so much for watching.